Hello, friends, and welcome to Take Two for this Monday, the 23rd of March, 2020. I'm Jeannie. So glad you decided to come along for the ride today. Well, I want to send greetings to everybody around the world who's going through this crazy time that we're experiencing. There's nobody who's left out from this. This is something that is affecting everybody who is on this planet. It's kind of a huge thing if you think about it. And I've noticed something, and that is this. Many people are in total separation, some in complete isolation. But I want you to be reminded about something, okay? And that is this. We had to have church online this week. It was quite an interesting experience. There was only like 8 of us in the church building, all separated from each other. I was up with the band singing and in the praise band, and my husband and pastor shared the pulpit and each gave a sermon. And there was just a few people, and the handful that were in there were all separated from each other, sitting quite a bit distance apart from one another, because that's what the rules are saying right now that we need to do. These are the guidelines that we've been laid down while this coronavirus is a threat to the world. But I started thinking when the offering basket was there and we put our offering in, I thought about all the people who weren't there to put their check in. Now, a lot of people do give online, or they'll do like a direct debit and that kind of thing, or they may even just old-fashioned put a check in the mail and mail it to the church. We have some shut-ins who can't attend anymore, even long before this, and they're faithful to send a tithe check every month. But I started thinking about that whole separation and isolation. But I want to just encourage you, that does not give us a vacation from obligation. Now listen to what I have to say. Think about this. Think about long before this whole COVID-19 thing came around. Think about times that you may have worked long and hard 50 weeks for the year, and you get your 2-week paid holiday leave, and you're going to do something special. Go to the beach, go to the mountains, go on a cruise, go to Disney World, whatever you might do. So you're going to be gone those couple of weeks. And in that time, you miss a Sunday from church because you're out on the high seas, or you're in the mountains taking a hike, or whatever you might be doing, but you miss regular church building, going to the church building and attending services. Now, that doesn't mean that your paycheck didn't still get issued to you, that you didn't still get paid because you worked long and hard to have a paid vacation holiday time. But does that mean that when you came back to church after missing the one, did you write a double check? Did you say, oh, well, I wasn't here last week and I normally write X amount, so this week I have to do X amount times 2? Do you do that? Do you do that? What about other obligations you might have? Say that during this time right now. Now, please hear what I'm saying. I am making sure those of you, I'm not talking about folks who have lost their job completely and have zero income. Of course not. That's ridiculous that I would be, aiming this at you. What I'm talking about is those of us who still have our income coming in. Maybe we still have Social Security coming in, or maybe we still are getting paid from our jobs even though we're not there right now physically, and there's been, the income is still going in because that's the way that your company is doing it. You're still paid, or maybe you'll be getting unemployment or something like that. This is what I'm talking about. Just because you're not physically in the building writing out a check and handing it in the offering plate, that doesn't mean that you're off the hook from your giving. Listen to me. If you're supporting a child in a third world country, or if you're doing, and it doesn't even have to be money. It could be something that you physically do every week, something that you could still do at home. Say you've made a commitment to do some sort of work for somebody on the computer, or do some volunteerism in another way. Just don't stop just because this is happening. Now, if there's anything that's a threat Of course, I'm not encouraging you, oh, throw caution to the wind and just do something that's a threat to you. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about where you still have the means, you still are able to do this, but just because you're not physically walking through the church doors on a Sunday morning or physically walking through the doors of a charity that you work with or something like that, that doesn't mean that you're still not giving to it. You need to listen to me. Just because there's separation or isolation doesn't give you permission to take a vacation from obligation. Now take that with you wherever you go today. And remember, this may be your golden opportunity to not only do that, but you have more time on your hands now possibly, and you might be able to do even more. If you've been doing something charitable online or doing a good deed for somebody or helping somebody clean up their yard and do spring cleaning or something where it falls in the guidelines of safety and distancing, I'm going to encourage you, don't use this time and waste it. Use it fruitfully. I'm going to talk about that later on in the week. But right now, I'm just going to encourage you, don't take a vacation from obligation, okay? Because let me tell you something. The light bill still has to be paid, and all these other things have to go on, and churches still want to pay their payroll to their staff, even if they can't all be there. Maybe they want to be able to do that. So it's your tithes and your offerings that help churches and charities keep on keeping on. Don't stop just because you're not physically there, okay? Now go out and be a blessing to somebody today. Maybe there's something extra special you could do for a neighbor or a friend. Listen, be that blessing because you may end up being the only one who is. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Jeanne Sigler, JeanneSigler, and hit that notification bell. You'll be notified every time another Take Two is posted. And please, don't get upset with me about this. I'm not telling you, oh, the heck with you, I don't care that you don't have income. That's not it at all. As a matter of fact, if you know folks who don't and you can help them, go out and do that, okay? Whether it's buying them groceries or doing a kind deed for them, but don't take a vacation from obligation, okay? I love you very much. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.